Hello everyone, this is Matt Miller with Unconquered Body and Mind, and today I want to talk to you about a very serious issue: addiction among rats. Seriously. A lot of rats are addicted to some very serious drugs because scientists make them addicted to it. That's how we study addiction in a lot of cases. What they do is they put rats in cages and they lace their water with morphine. And who'd have thought, give it a little time and they get addicted. We use these studies to see what happens in the brain when these rats do become addicted to the drug, measure and study their behavioral changes, and we make a lot of assumptions about addiction in humans based on these studies, because it's not very ethical to force humans to become addicted and study them, so we have to rely on rats. But here's the thing. There's been another famous study, and it's one of my favorite scientific studies ever done. It's known as Rat Park. So what they did is they did the typical protocol of making rats addicted to morphine for 57 days. So basically these rats were on a 57-day morphine bender. I'm sure it's a great time. Day 58, they took them out of their cages and put them in a new environment known as Rat Park, where there was other of their rat buddies to hang out with. They could play with toys and run around. It was very mentally stimulating and engaging. And what happened, they also had access to their morphine-laced water. But what happened is all of their addictive-like behaviors pretty much went away. They didn't go for the heroin-laced water because they had buddies around to play with. They could run around and learn and do all kinds of very mentally stimulating and rewarding activities. And also they found that the neurological changes also kind of went away as well. So this kind of tells us a lot about another element of addiction, is that certainly there is a lot going on chemically with the addictive substance and how it interacts with our brain and changes our behaviors. But there's a whole other background of environment and lifestyle that really contribute to the development of an addiction. And a lot of people are addicted to a lot of things today, not to mention people are depressed and anxious and not sleeping very well. It's a really big problem. And so when we talk about drug addiction, we're not getting the whole picture, where we might want to send people to treatment facilities and get them to go cold turkey and stop taking the substances. And maybe there are types of supplements and pharmaceuticals that can help to keep you away from these drugs, and they can prevent the cravings and things like that. But there's a huge background underlying cause to these problems, and that's the fact that people's lives are not very rewarding. People are socially isolated. We might have 1,000 Facebook friends, but we don't have many confidants. We don't have people that we really trust. We don't have that really good, reliable social support network that we really, really need. Many people are working in cubicles, just sitting there staring at a screen all day. This is not very mentally engaging or rewarding work. People are not reading and learning and developing their mind, and they're not out moving and playing and engaging in recreation. So basically our brains are just not being stimulated and worked and rewarded. So of course we're going to have all these problems like depression, anxiety, addiction, and everything. So I'm not trying to minimize the importance of the chemical aspects of addiction and how certain substances interact with the human brain, but there's a huge component that is not chemical and has more to do with our social and mental and physical lifestyle and environment. I really encourage you to Google Rat Park and read about it. It's very fascinating, and it might be very enlightening to you. So I really encourage people to look into that and see what kind of changes you can make in your own life if you're struggling with any of these problems, even to a small degree. I mean, do you need to make some new friends? Do you need to quit your job and do something more mentally engaging? Do you need to get outside more, get some sun, get some movement in, go play, learn something new, take an art class, or anything? So thanks for watching and listening to this message. I hope you'll share it. Again, this is Matt Miller with Unconquered Body and Mind. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.